2027, Peter Obi would defeat Tinubu, Atiku, Jonathan combined. Tinubu, Atiku, Jonathan combined. Peter Obi would defeat them. And I'm not talking about positive thinking, no. I'm talking about empirical data. Peter Obi will defeat Tinubu in 2027. Somebody will argue and say, oh yeah, if there's free and fair elections, Tinubu is not going to allow free and fair elections. Whoever tells you that, take this message back to them. We are not saying if there will be free and fair elections, or in a free and fair elections, or if the elections were free and fair, by 12 o'clock, Peter Obi would have defeated Tinubu. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that the 2027 election will be free and fair. Because we, the people of Nigeria, we make sure it is free and fair. We have the numbers. We have the technology. We have the people. So, when we say that Peter Obi will defeat Tinubu in 2027, it's not wishful thinking. No. It's based on data. So somebody will ask now, where will Peter Obi's winning votes for 2027 come from? That's why we want to do this video. Nigerians are inspired right now. Nigerians are inspired. And Tinubu and the APC, they have taken note. Forget all this propaganda that, oh, everybody is decamping to APC. They all decamped to APC. Tinubu trapped them in there with the Electoral Act. But right now, the judgment that the Federal High Court gave to Youth Party has freed them. The whole dynamics of the 2027 election has changed. So right now, the game has gone beyond the control of Tinubu and the APC. Right now, 2027 is for Peter Obi to win. Where will his votes come from? Some people don't like us discussing these things in the open. They say, oh, keep it secret, keep it secret. No. This is not the time. This is not the time. If you think it is the time, tell me and show me proof why we should keep it secret. When you keep things secret, what happens? If such a dream or a vision dies, nobody will know. But when you speak it out in the open, you are forced to keep that vision or that dream alive. There was a reason that Tinubu made that statement. Power is not served a la carte. You have to grab it, snatch it, and run with it. Many people think that video was leaked. It wasn't leaked. On the instruction of Tinubu himself, that video was exposed to the public. Because those kind of strategies, they are not strategies that you keep secret. When you keep them secret, that secrecy weakens the efficacy of it. The power of such strategy is weakened when they are not known to the public. So when we say Peter Obi will defeat Tinubu in 2027, because we have strategies in place to make sure that the election of 2027 is free and fair, it is not something that we should hide and speak about hush hush. No. We must speak it, hear it, and sound it, shout it at the rooftop. Let somebody tell another person. Let person tell person. That Peter Obi is coming. 2027 is for Peter Obi. Where will his winning votes come from? Nigeria has 6 geopolitical zones. Yeah. So which geopolitical zone will be for Peter Obi? Which states of the 36 states in Nigeria and the FCT will be for Peter Obi? Let's start from where Peter Obi won in 2023. He won all the 5 southeastern states. That's 5. He won Lagos. That's 6. He won Edo. He won Delta. That's 8. He won Bayelsa. That's 9. River State did Ojoro. But let's leave it. Let's just work with even INEC's officially declared results. He won 12 states, including the FCT, including Nasarawa, including Plateau. In 2027, how many states do you think Peter Obi will win? 12 states? More states or less states? From the dynamics right now, Peter Obi will win Lagos again. Oh dear. Peter Obi will win Lagos State by even a wider margin in 2027. And the reason is simple. A lot of the places where Peter Obi won in 2027, he is strong in 2023 in Lagos. He is stronger there now. But you now have additional places that were more APC before that will also now turn to become NDC. Places like Oworon Shoki, places like Mile 12, those places that have been demolished. You see, those places are predominantly APC. The pain that APC cost them through Sanwo-Olu, they have bottled it up. In 2023, they are going to unleash it. So Peter Obi will get more votes from Lagos. He definitely will get Lagos. You see Rivers State, that Rivers State, forget all these things that Wike is doing with his magic, getting a Chinda, who is a PDP member, to be the candidate for governorship in an APC in Rivers. Forget all of those things. Forget the talk that he's saying that, oh, it's a rainbow coalition. Forget it. Wike will not be able to repeat the magic of Rivers State again in 2027. So, Peter Obi will take Rivers State. Of course, he will take Bayelsa. Another state that will not go to APC again is Cross Rivers. He will keep Akwa Ibom. Forget Akpabio. So the whole of the 5 south states, plus the whole of the 6 south states and the 5 southeast states is 11 states already, plus Lagos, that's already 12. Then come to Kogi. Peter Obi will take Kogi. He will struggle a bit in Niger. He will struggle a bit in Niger. But he will take Kogi, he will take the FCT. That's 14 states. He will take Plateau and take Nasarawa again. That's 16 states. He did very abysmally in Bauchi. But with the way Bauchi is now, Bauchi will go for Peter Obi. Then you now add Kano, Kaduna, and Katsina because of the Kwankwanso factor. So in 2027, we're not talking about Peter Obi just winning. We're talking about at least 24 states for Peter Obi. At least 24 states. But it's not going to be an easy ride. Because the APC knows this. Somebody said that it looks like the INEC chairman has shown Tinubu the real results of 2023. That is why they were making sure that Peter Obi does not get on the ballot. And they know exactly where Peter Obi won. So they know. They will not sleep now. Will they sleep? Tinubu will not sleep. Somebody is already suggesting that all the insecurity that we are seeing in a place like the Southwest, I'm not even... The Southwest, just Lagos, leave Southwest for Tinubu. Because even those who may want to vote Peter Obi in the Southwest, they will be intimidated from and discouraged from voting Peter Obi in the Southwest. But you see a place like Lagos, particularly those places that have suffered under the hands of the APC, they will not go there. That is not to say we cannot get votes for Peter Obi in the Southwest too. But just give Lagos, and then we have about 24 states. Because you see, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Kebbi, they are coming for Peter Obi. They are going to go for Peter Obi. The only problem that Peter Obi will have, and that is why it's good that we have these conversations right now, is the resistance, not from the people, not from the voters, but from APC and other political parties like Atiku. These people are used to rigging elections. And they know that the only thing that makes rigging easy and successful is voter apathy. So they will engage in things that will make people discouraged not to bother to come out. But I'm happy that from the energy that we see from the Kwankwansia and the Obidient movement coming together, that energy is driving up registrations right now, new registrations for PVC, and it's going to motivate more Nigerians to come out to vote in the 2027 elections. The only thing that can stand in the way is if we allow them to rig it. And that is why we must not allow them any chance to rig. We can tie the hands of the security agencies. We can tie the hands of INEC. We can tie the hands of the judiciary in the 2027 elections. All we need to do is make sure we volunteer as PU Marshal by visiting www.votewatch.pro. Chikena. I've said it before. When you register as a PU Marshal on the VoteWatch website, you need to supply your name, your state of origin, your local government. But when it gets to the part of picking your word, just pick any word that you see from the drop-down menu. Pick any polling unit that you see from the drop-down menu. All of those will be corrected as we go on. It's done on purpose. Because the allocation to particular polling units as a PU Marshal will not be done immediately. It will be done 2, 3, 4 days to the election so that we can guard against our PU Marshals being compromised. Now I said it, rigging is the biggest challenge to stopping Peter Obi in 2027. That's why we are putting our energy to making sure that there's no rigging. But you see another thing that can happen, and it's a threat. All of those NDC agents, some of them will be compromised. I don't want to say many of them. Some of them will be compromised. But you see, even those ones that are planning to compromise, we will put them in check using the PU Marshal and VoteWatch platform. So Nigerians, begin to get ready for a new Nigeria. There's work to do. You can't just sit back idly. If you have not gotten your PVC, go and get your PVC now. If you have changed location, please, it is easier now that there's no last minute rush. Go to your local government, go to the INEC office in your local government and apply for that change. Do it. It's fast now. I know people who have done it and they got it easily. Go to INEC website, inecnigeria.org or so, and then I think I'll look for the link and send it. If you have not registered, please register. And make sure you volunteer as a PU Marshal. We'll talk more about this PU Marshal thing very soon. We're just waiting for some things to be put in place. Because somebody asked the question, why is this solution not on national media? It will be. We'll put it on mainstream media. But you see all these channels arise. They know they do things for free. You need to pay them. And we know this. Because we want the information to go around, we are ready to pay them. We will pay them. We are not that broke. So the volunteer that we need, the financial support that we need, it will come from you, no new. You know what they say. If a whole village cooks for one person, the person go chop, tire, enough to chop finish. So we have to come together to counter this, their big man and deep pocket politics that they're already used to. Transactional politics. We have to come together to do it. But before that time, please, make sure you register and you volunteer as a PU Marshal. That's the only way right now to make sure that nobody can rig the 2027 election. Let's have this conversation. If you have other ideas about how we can stop rigging in the 2027 election, let us know in the comment section. You can send us an email. and we'll discuss it. Because right now, the victory that is already guaranteed for Peter Obi and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, we will not let anybody steal it from us anymore.